lies here, a cup close to my true love's hand. Poison, I see, hath been this timeless end.
Lead, boy! Which way?
Yea, noise? Then I be brief. Oh, happy dagger, this is thy sheath, there rust, and let me die.
This letter doth make good the friar's words. Their course of love, the tidings of her death. And here he writes that he did buy a poison of a poor apothecary, and therewithal came to this vault to die, and lie with Juliet. Where be these enemies? Capulet, Montague, see what a scourge is laid upon your hate.
Brother Montague, give me thy hand. This is my daughter's jointure, for no more can I demand.
But I will give thee more, for I will raise her statue in pure gold, that while Verona by that name is known, there shall be no figure at such a ring be set as that of true and faithful Juliet.
As rich shall Romeo by his lady's lie, poor sacrifices to our enmity.
A peace this morning with it brings. The sun for sorrow will not show his head. Go forth and talk of these sad things. Some shall be pardoned and some punished. For never was a story of more woe than this of Juliet and her Romeo.
As it happens, Pratchett, I do have a light summery piece in my head.
That was so sad. I do prefer not, though that sounds very touching.
Oh, we also, Bess, we also. Mind you, as they say, this play did have its moments. Do you bite your thumb at us, sir?
I do bite my thumb, sir.
And do you bite your thumb at us, sir?
No, sir, I do not bite my thumb at you, sir. But I bite my thumb, sir.
Oh!
How many times have we seen it now, Edward?
8, Bess. Are we to risk an alehouse this evening, ladies?
Oh, let us hence, I stand in sudden haste.
Wisely and slow, they stumble that run fast.
Oh, you certainly do after a few ales, my Lord of Oxford. Oh!
Majesty, unjust, I think.
We believe, my lord, it must be painful for you to watch Mr. Shakespeare's plays. Oh, Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo? Deny thy father, refuse thy name, for thou art not a Montague. What is a Montague? 'Tis nor hand, nor foot, nor any other part belonging to a man. What is in a name? Rose by any other name smell as sweet. We believe, my lord, you would pay a queen's ransom to right as well as that.
Majesty, I thought you liked my plays, Mum.
At times, sir. At times. We did enjoy Zoms, There Goes Our Bumpkin, but I simply partook in much sack before we viewed it. As you know, my lord, some are born great and some achieve greatness. Did they say best plays next?
I have read you the second, Mum.
But he gets murdered.
My lord, spoilers! No!
Another tragedy. I mean, God's blood. Why can't they do more like comedy of errors? At least that was quite funny. In fact, Majesty, I have myself penned a comedy.
Comedy of errors, that was great! I, sir, and Romeo, command him away.
I, sir, and Romeo, pray let me stay. Oh, come on, both of you. First ales on you, Oxford.
St. Francis be my speedo, off tonight with my old feet stumbled at graves. A glove maker's son. Bloody peasant.
I bet you're wondering what had happened to Discworld, yes? In Weird Sisters, Granny Esmeralda Weatherwax became the unofficial head of a tiny coven consisting of the much-married and very amiable Nanny Geetha Ogg and young Magrat Garlic. She has a tendency to be soppy about raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens. And what took place was a plot not unadjacent to that of the play about a Scottish king, which ended with Verus II becoming king of the tiny, hilly, forested country of Lancashire. He's also now engaged to Magrat. Let's start at a point about 50 years before the ever-moving now, to a hillside and a young woman running just fast enough to keep ahead of the young man chasing her, although of course not so far ahead that he'll give up. Her path takes her to a stone circle known as the Dancers. It's always quiet around the stones.
Something. Otherwise, why are you here?
I just wanted to find out if you were real.
Well, now that you have learned this, what is it that you really want?
Nothing. Why can't you come out from between the stones?
Everybody wants something.
You can't come out of the circle, can you? I can go anywhere. But you're stuck in the circle.
Can you go anywhere?
When I'm a witch, I shall be able to go anywhere.
But they say you won't be a witch. They say you won't listen. They say you can't control your temper. And they say you have no discipline.
Well, they would say that though, wouldn't they? Time mean to be a witch, whatever they say. You don't need to listen to some daft old ladies who have never had a life. And, Circle Lady, I shall be the best witch there has ever been.
With my help, I believe you may. You could be a great witch. You could be anything. Anything that you want. Come into the circle. Let me show you. Step through the stones now. Circle time is nearly over. Think of what you could learn now. Step through.
But that was long ago in the past, that oft-discovered country from whose bourne no traveller returns. So, once upon a time there was Discworld. You may have heard of it, a flat world carried through space on the back of a giant turtle. And Discworld runs on magic. And the main focus of magic at Unseen University, on Discworld is at Unseen University. Well, briefly, the university commissioned a new magical reactor capable of splitting the found, the basic particle of magic. Unfortunately, it produced more magical energy than expected and threatened to explode, destroying the Discworld. The university's thinking engine, Hex, diverted all of this magical energy into creating a space containing nothing. No matter, no energy, no reality, and importantly, no magic.
Sorry. Unfortunately, the Dean stuck his fingers into that space and twiddled them about a bit, and so created your little universe, which we call Round World, on account of the fact that all matter there seems to accrete into little balls in space, unlike the far more credible discs on the back of turtles.
Time moves differently on Discworld, so they were able to watch your world evolve from an empty planet through all of your history, through the current time and beyond, right up until your world's destruction.
The Arch-Chancellor appointed Rincewind as custodian of this new world, which he keeps on a shelf in his room. Here it is, your Round World. And all would have been well had not the wizards been unable to stop mucking about with it. They've messed it around before.
They created a series of these balls in space and accidentally gave one of them a moon. This stabilised your world enough so that over a score of millennia...
You remember that these wizards can skip through vast periods of your time. They view your entire history in less than a month.
Over a score of millennia, blobs of life began to emerge.
There was the crab civilization and the dinosaurs, for instance, both of which were wiped out as the asteroids or comets collided with the Earth. Then there was a huge leap forward to an advanced civilization.
Presumably you people.
An advanced civilization, which had to evacuate the Earth facing an impending natural disaster.
Earth is destroyed, But you've already gone somewhere else by then, so that all seems splendid. But they are wizards after all, and as Arch-Chancellor Ridcully himself would have said,
We're wizards! We're supposed to meddle in things we don't understand. If we hang around waiting till we understood things, we never get anything done!
Princeman, read this, it's from the Chancellor. It's on Roundworld again.
Get here at once. Am on Roundworld. Bring librarian. Food good. Beer awful. Wizards useless. Elves here too. Dirty Dieter foot Ridcully.
it isn't that Arch-Chancellor Ridcully is stupid. Truly stupid wizards have a life expectancy of a glass hammer. He has quite a powerful intellect, but it's powerful like a locomotive, which means it runs on rails and is therefore almost impossible to steer.
Elves? Yikes! Why?
Elves have entered Roundworld. It is to be expected. Theirs is a parasite universe. It needs a host.
Do you understand this?
No, but I've run into elves. Well, run away from them actually. You don't hang around with elves. But what could they be doing there? There's nothing on Roundworld at the moment.
But I thought you'd done a paper on the species that keeps turning up and then dying again.
You read that?
You said that every so often, some intelligent life shows up, hangs around for a few million years, and then dies out because the air freezes, or the continent explodes, or a giant rock smashes into the sea.
That's right. Last time I looked, it was a ball of ice again.
So what's the Arch-Chancellor doing down there?
Drinking beer, apparently.
When the world is frozen?
Maybe lager?
But he and the senior faculty, they're supposed to be running around in the woods, pulling together, solving problems and so on.
On Roundworld?
No, in woods about 50 miles away. Not in a glass globe in your study. In your bag.
How did the bottle get out?
I did that. I maintain a watch on Roundworld.
So why didn't you tell us that the Arch-Chancellor needed help?
He was having such fun trying to send the bottle.
I don't understand. Can't you just bring them out too?
Then?
The Arch-Chancellor and the faculty.
So can you bring them out?
Yes.
Well, in that case...
Hold on. Can you bring them out alive?
Certainly. With a probability of 94.37%.
That's not bad odds. But 5.63% still quite a big margin of error. Perhaps...
Quite. Humans aren't bottles. How about alive, with a fully functioning brain, all organs and limbs in the right places?
There will be unavoidable minor changes. I cannot guarantee reacquiring more than one of every organ. Is this a problem?
Maybe there's another way.
What makes you say that?
Well, the note asks for the librarian.
Good spot.
And then I really think we ought to see the patrician. Oh, gods.
In the middle of my bloody herb garden.
In your original beast.
Oh,
poor little mite, just as he was showing me too. How Pusey was growing mustard and cress on a flannel for his nan. And he holds it up to me. I bends down a splat, crop circle.
Oh, this is serious. They've not been as bad as this for years. We know what that means, don't we? What we have to do now
Excuse me?
Yes?
I don't know what it means. I mean, old Goody Wemper.
May she rest in peace.
She told me once that crop circles were important, but that she never said anything about why.
Well, all you need to know for now is we got to put a stop to them.
Well, what then?
The circles, of course.
Oh, no. That's not what you meant. You said them as if it was some sort of curse. It wasn't just a them. It was a them with a capital the.
There's no harm in telling her about the dancers at any rate.
Yes, but, I mean, she's mad right.
What's that supposed to
Oh,
mean?
we're talking about...
names, and you know they'll come if they name if you name them.
Yes, sorry, Esme, sorry, but there's no reason to think that the circles will open in the dancers.
But
We can hope.
Yeah, but if one did open
Oh,
in
you
the
do this all the time! You talk in code the whole time! You won't be able to when I quit.
Oh, young Barrett's popped the question then.
Yes.
When's the happy event?
2 weeks' time? Look, me
Oh, bad choice. Shortest night of the year.
Keep that
Oh, Queen Margaret. Oh, God.
Well, anyway, I don't have to bother with this sort of thing. Whatever it is, it's your business. I just shan't have time, I'm sure.
Well, I'm sure you can please yourself. You're going to be Majesty.
And you can, you can damn well find another witch to land. Some other soppy girls do all the dreary work and make tea all the time and be talked over the head of and nobody taught anything. I've got better things to do.
Better things than being a witch.
Yes!
Oh dear.
Well, I expect you want to be back to your palace, I'll be bound.
Yes!
Oh, you daft old beezer, Leslie.
Oh, you know what it should be like if we told her. She'd get it all wrong. The gentry, the lords and ladies, the circles. She'd say it was nice, glamorous. Oh, it's best for her if she's out of it.
Well, they ain't been active for years and years. And although I can sense them leaking magic into the kingdom, I can't sense them here, not here in Lanka.
No, they're close, but not close. Not in Lanka, on the disc, but not on the disc.
Where do you think?
I think we need to go to Ashmoreborg. Someone's been meddling.
Oh, the unseen university.
Of course.
Wizards!
Everything open? Everything open?
Is all our company here?
You were best to call them generally, man by man.
Here is a scroll of every man's name.
First, good Master Burbage, say what the play treats of. Then read the names of the actors, and so grow to a point.
Marry, it is alive and dead of King Richard II.
A very good piece of work, I assure you.
Answer as I call you. Wilken.
Ready. Name what part I am for, and proceed.
You, Master Ken, will set down John of Gaunt, Duke of Lancaster.
Go on, what is John of Gaunt? A lover or a tyrant?
A noble man who mourns for lost England under Richard's reign.
That will ask some tears in the true performing of it, if I do it. Let the audience look to their eyes. I will move storms.
You get a great speech. Read us a little, Master Kent. That top page will do, your main speech.
This royal throne of kings, this sceptred isle, this earth of majesty, this seat of Mars, this other Eden, demi-paradise, this fortress built by nature for herself, against infection and the hand of war, this happy breed of men, this little world, this precious stone set in the silver sea, which serves in the office of a wall, or as a moat defensive to a house, against the envy of less happier lands, this blessed plot, this earth, this realm, this England, this, do I get any jokes?
No, Wilken, this is a tragedy.
Masters, here are your parts, and I am to entreat you, request you, and desire you to con them by tomorrow night, and meet me at King's Head a mile without the town. There we will rehearse. For, as you know, if we meet in the city, we shall be dogs with company and our devices known. In the meantime, I will draw up a bill of properties such as our play wants. I pray you, fail me not. The play's the thing, gentlemen.
Well, if it were done, it were well it were done quickly. We will meet, and there we will rehearse most courageously. Take pains to be perfect. Adieu.
At the King's Head we meet.
So, a new world, round world. Not done flat like the Discworld. And this time, there will be no defeat. The land will welcome us. Must hate humans by now. Do you know that no magic works at all in this world? Although they believe in it. Then again, they'll believe anything. Did you see that Romeo and Juliet? Suggestible, pliant,
Good.
but there are witches. Yes, but poor things, poor things. They're not like the Discworld witches. They're just old women. I've crept about, my dearie. I've crept about o'night. I've seen the wizards that they have here too. Nothing but street magicians, conjurers, tricksters. Powerless.
I remember the witches on Discworld. Minds like metal, like iron.
The time is right, Rankin. Their minds. They won't be able to resist the pull of our power, and they do not know the power that iron has over us. We have waited centuries for this world to develop a species worth playing with, worth torturing and killing. And now that this world has simple-minded humans for us to control, we can return in force.
Then we can torment them. When?
Soon.
Chair must be straight. Very good.
Remind me, Esme, what are we doing here outside the Patrician's Palace? I thought we was going to the university.
We've been in Antwerp 20 minutes, Geetha. 20 minutes.
Sorry, Esme.
I can't have riches being done down. You've been exploited, conned out of your life saving.
What, $2?
Well, it's all you'd actually say.
Well, yeah, because I've spent the rest. Some people salt away money for their old age. I prefer to accumulate memories.
That's what I mean.
Well, I was saving those $2 to put towards some new piping for mine still up at Copperhead. You know how that scumble eats away at the metal.
You were putting a little something aside for some security and peace of mind in your old age.
Ha! My scumble don't give you peace. Pissed, maybe, but not peace. It's made with the finest apples. Well, mainly apples. Anyway, why are we here?
Because, Geetha, you've been conned out of your life savings, and that Commander Vines is apparently out playing with his son, while crime runs right in his
Yeah, I don't think that's exactly what
I had assumed that two harmless old ladies would have been perfectly safe in a city like Ankh-Morpork. Lord Vetinari is clearly losing his touch. We are...
Sorry. The City Watch Commander.
Well, the commander is off on a swan, so we'll have to speak to his boss. Then we'll speak to Mr. Ridgely.
Ladies, I apologise for keeping you waiting. King Valens did send us a message that you might be visiting our city. If you would care to follow me, I'll show you to his lordship's auntie room.
Auntie room? We ain't his aunties.
Good morning, gentlemen. I understand from Drumknot that you had an emergency.
My lord, I do apologise. The matter is
Extremely urgent, my lord.
Ah, Ridgely. You little scamp.
My lord, it appears that the Arch-Chancellor is in trouble on Groundworld.
I thought we had agreed not to interfere there again.
Yes, my lord, but, well, as you know, sir, all times on Groundworld are accessible to us.
Yes. In the same way that all pages of a book, though consecutive, are accessible to.
Indeed. And I've ascertained that the Arch-Chancellor, the Senior Wrangler, Chair of Indefinite Studies, Senior Tutor, and the Bursar are on Groundworld. But not at the present time. They're many years in Groundworld's past. I don't know how they got there, but Hex has located them. They've managed to send the message out in the bottle, but they don't seem to be able to get back themselves.
At least not in one piece.
Wizards mean libraries. You have brought the librarian. This will be about elf space, won't it? They say they have found elves on this round world and other wizard?
He does say they're useless, my lord.
Ooh. Well, that would imply that you can get through using elf space, which joins all universities in the multiverse, yeah?
Well, yes, my lord, but not quite exactly.
Blessings be upon this house. You've let elves infest your round world, Mr. Wizard.
Ladies, how did you get in here?
Through the door, young man. I'm sure you've got other things that you need to be doing.
No, I am fully occupied with my duties, right?
Which would be much better done in another place.
Here, watch the stage, Wade.
Oh, I'm losing my touch, keeper. Getting old.
You're as old as you feel, that's what I always say.
That's what I mean. The lords and ladies are planning to control this round world thing. They will torture, torment and kill. We have to help.
Aren't you scared?
No. I hope they are. Oh, I'm too prideful, that's what I am. But I don't hold with paddling with the occult. But once you start paddling with the occult, you start believing in spirits. And when you start believing in spirits, you start believing in demons. And then before you know where you are, you're believing in elves. And then you are in trouble.
But all those feelings exist.
Yes, but there's no call to go round believing in them. It only encourages them.
Oh, it's right what they say, you're a prideful one, Esmeralda Weatherwax.
Who says that?
You did, just now. Anyway, I'm not saying you couldn't do it. We did it once before, didn't we?
Yeah, but we can't leave fighting elves to the wizards. We have to stop them.
Must we?
Oh, I can't help myself, that's the problem. And I lose this I haven't finished talking.
Don't get me.
We are talking about elves, yes? I thought all of that was just folklore.
Of course it's folklore, you stupid man.
I do happen to be patrician, you know.
Oh, you stupid patrician, my lord.
Thank you.
Just because it's folklore don't mean it's not true. Oh, maybe things get muddled over the years. People forget why they do things. It's like the horseshoe thing. It's nothing to do with the shape. It's because it's a handy bit of iron to hang over the door. Elves can't go through a door that's guarded by iron. Elves are cruel for fun. They can't understand how anything else might have feelings, and they project this glamour. When people see them, they see beauty. They see something they want to please. But when elves get into the world, everyone is slaves. They take what they want, and they want everything.
There's an old saying on Laker, Mr. Patrician. Elves are wonderful. They provoke wonder. Elves are terrific. They beget terror.
Very picturesque.
Their power derives from a mental ability that one might describe as glamour to confuse and overawe people, my lord. Well, socially, elves rather resemble bees. They have a queen and a king whose attitude towards one another is chilly contempt for most of the time. But they also resemble bees in being very sensitive to weak magnetic fields, which gives them their absolute sense of position and direction. Elves know exactly where they are.
It's also the cause of their traditional hatred of iron, because this distorts their local magnetic field and leaves them panicky and powerless.
I think your help would be most welcome, Mistress Weatherwax. But why can't Ridley and the others come back by themselves? Surely they used magic to send back the bottle.
Why don't you go and ask them?
Oh. He says elf space is only to be used by very senior wizards to go outside the university. It's not some kind of magic funfair ride.
This is an order from the Arch-Chancellor. It's the only way we can get there.
It seems to me that there is a way of travelling in elf space without actually travelling at all. If you were to put the globe inside the unseen university library, then that would mean that even though you are, in theory, travelling in elf space, you wouldn't actually be moving anywhere outside of the library.
That's true, my lord. The globe would be inside the library. So even if you travelled to Roundworld, you'd have only have travelled a few feet. The globe is only infinite on the inside, after all.
If we put the globe on the librarian's desk, the entire journey would take place inside the library. Well, they're likely safer, so no harm will come to us.
What do you mean by us?
We'll find them and bring them back.
Are there elves there?
But that has to be verified.
But they're dangerous!
Rincewind. Do you not know that cowards die many times before their deaths? The valiant never taste death but once.
What I don't get is why elves are on this round world. What's on there for them to be interested in?
Last time I checked, they hadn't even discovered the potato. The potato. Can you imagine?
Yes, well, setting aside momentarily your well-known predilection for cooked tutors, could we possibly revert to the subject of elves?
They like to keep slaves. There's nothing that's bright enough to be a slave.
Not quite true. Hex says that currently Groundworld is in what it refers to as the 16th century, so maybe things have changed again.
I think that Mrs. Ogg and Mistress Weatherwax may be best employed back in Lancre to guard the stone circles there, in case the elves attempt to return to this one. I think Verence's message spoke of crop circles, which would imply a possible weakness near the stone circles. They must be guarded too.
You're right, your lord. Things have been going on. The weeds and the brackens been trampled round the stones. I reckon someone's been dancing.
Dancing? You never told me that.
But there's still power in those stones. Not much, but the ring is holding.
Who'd be daft enough to dance around the stones? Lucky we left Mudrat there to keep an eye on them.
Oh, the problem with her that she's too flighty, soppy. She thinks you can live your life as though fairy stories work and folk tales are really true.
Oh, I wonder what she'll be like as queen.
Well, we taught her everything she knows.
Yeah, maybe we should have taught her everything we know.
Oh, would have taken too long. You're right, Lord. Geether and I do need to be in Lancre, and you wizards can whiz on back to your round world.
I must insist, though, that you're accompanied by a senior officer of the City Watch, as my representative, as it were. I will send a message to Captain Angua. She will help you detect the presence of elves.
And of course, you, Rincewind, you're the only other one who knows anything about Groundworld. You have to come with me. With us.
Do not let me detain you.
Alchemy, oh dear, this stuff doesn't even work on our world.
Oh no. We're in a very high glamour quotient.
So there actually are elves.
It's practically elvish, according to Hex. The Archchancellor was right. Hex, can you still communicate with us?
Certainly. You will need to tell people the librarian is Spanish.
Ooh, what's Spanish?
It's a country about 500 miles from here.
And their people look like the librarian?
No, but people here will be quite prepared to believe so. This is a credulous age. The elves have done a lot of damage. The humans' greatest minds don't spend their time studying magic, astrology, alchemy, and communion with spirits.
Well, sounds like life at home.
Yes, but there is no narrativium here. No magic. None of those things work.
Then why don't they just give up?
They believe it should work, if only they do it right. Someone is approaching.
Run away!
Ah, good, you made it then! Mr. Spade.
The librarian Archchancellor?
Oh, yes, sorry, been here too long.
Well, we came as soon as we could, sir. How long has it been for you
Yeah,
here?
a couple of weeks. Yeah, it's funny how soon you get used to all their religious conflicts, our heads on spikes and so on at the city gates. I mean, it's so unlike our dear old Angmorpork. Ah! You've detected elves.
Enter Dr. D, walks across, takes the book, goes and stands over by the wings.
It is all right. I have for the moment arranged things so that he can neither see nor hear us.
This place is lousy with glamour, sir.
This chap who lives here spends all his spare time trying to do magic!
We may be invisible, Archchancellor, but we're not deaf.
And trying to do magic doesn't work here.
Right! But everyone here believes it does. That's what elves do to a place. Seems the lost kingdom of the elves has gateways into Roundworld as well as Discworld. You know, they have stone circles here too.
So that's why some of the glamour leaked out into Lanka.
I told this chap I dropped in from another sphere. Yeah, well, it seemed to work. But it's a mad world. No narrativium. People making up history as they go along. Brilliant minds trying to work out how many angels can dance on the head of a pin.
16.
Yes, we know that because we can go and look here. It's just another silly question. It's a mess.
Well, you made it.
We didn't make it this badly. Any silent potatoes?
No.
But anyway, do we have the right to interfere? Lord Veterinary briefed me on your previous adventures here. You did before all those other civilisations that you met on different visits here. I'm sorry, but you didn't. I gather they all got wiped out by ice ages or falling rocks and you did nothing about it then. Elves are just another problem, right? And the species are either strong enough to survive or they'll get buried in the bedrock like all the others.
Yes, but with no narrativium, it doesn't know how the story is meant to go. So of course we have to interfere. We're wizards. And we know where they're going.
Yes, in 1,000 years or so, it's going to be hit by a really big rock.
I thought you said there was a race that built big structures to get off this place.
That's right, Captain.
Can another civilization emerge in 1,000 years or so?
I don't think so.
What? You mean, these are the ones that leave? You know, I think we're going to be here for some time.
By the way, sir, where are the others? The senior wrangler, the chair of different stuff?
Yes, good question.
Welcome to my world, gentlemen.
That tab should be pulled.
Oh, and lady.
Our world?
Let us continue to disagree, shall we? You may have constructed it, but it's our world now.
We have iron, you know.
Much good may do you here. It didn't help your little friends. Oh, so cute. Little Discworld wizards, but so very, very fragile. Such a shame about the senior tutor. You intend to fight here with no magic? Be serious. You should be grateful. This is a world without narrativium. Your strange humans are monkeys without stories. They don't know how it's supposed to go. We gave them stories and made them people, and now they are worth controlling, worth playing with, worth tormenting.
You gave them gods and monsters. Stuff that stops people thinking straight. Unicorns, bogeymen.
Oh, you have boogeymen on your Discworld.
Yes, we do, but they're not in our minds. They're on the outside where we can see and deal with them. When you can see them, they have no real power.
Like unicorns. When you meet one, it's just a big sweaty horse. Looks nice, smells sweaty.
And it's magical.
Yes, but that's just another thing about it. Big, sweaty, magical. No, nothing mysterious there. You just learn the rules. Sorted.
But you should be pleased. Many people think this world is just like yours. Many even believe that it's flat.
So back home, they'd be right. Here they're just ignorant.
Oh well, it's nothing any of you can do. This is our world now. It's what belief. The religions here, amazing. The crop is bountiful and the harvest is rewarding. And you know that more people believe in magic here than on your own world.
We don't have to believe in magic, it works.
Well, they believe in it here, and it doesn't work. And thus they believe in it even more while ceasing to believe themselves. Isn't it astonishing? Here you, even you so-called wizards, are nothing. But we understand this world. We've had time to cultivate it. We like it. You can't take it away. They are here for our amusement.
This world, madam, has about another 1,000 years before all life in it is wiped out.
Oh well, there's always other worlds.
Well, that's all you've got to say.
Well, what else is there? Worlds begin and end. That is how the universe works. That is the great circle of existence.
Well, the great circle of existence, madam, can eat my underwear.
Fine words. You are good at concealing your true thoughts from me, but I can see them in your face. You still think you can fight us and win. You have forgotten that there is no narrative in here. It doesn't know how stories are supposed to go. Here, the third son of a king is probably just a useless, weak prince. An old lady gathering wood in the forest and muttering "Lords" is probably just an old lady and not, as on your world, almost certainly a witch. Oh, there is a belief in witches, of course. But here, a witch is merely a method of ridding society of burdensome old ladies and an expensive way of keeping the fire going all night. Here, good does not automatically triumph in the end. Here, evil is defeated by a more organised kind of evil. My world, not yours. Good day to you.
Close the tabs on the last.
Yeah, well, quite well spoken for an elf. Turn of phrase.
Sir, what was that in Owen's pages, sir? Was that...
Ah, yes, Captain, yes, that was my senior faculty, yes, the senior wrangler, indefinite studies, and the senior tutor. The elves captured.
They killed the senior tutor. As flies to wanton boys, we are to the elves. They kill us for their sport. Sir, they killed the senior tutor.
Yes, well, spooky bugger.
And that's it, nothing else we can do.
But we don't have any magic.
Yes, but we know everything is going to turn all right, out all right in the end, right? And we know these people get off this world before the next big wallop, right?
Well, yes and no, sir. The elves have now changed the story, as it were. Hex thinks the elves did something to the monkey, to the primate, to the something that became human, sir.
What, interfered?
Yes, sir. We know they can affect people's minds when they see it.
Oh, and you're going to say this because of quantum at some point.
Well, I hadn't planned to, but you are on the right lines.
You said became human?
Yes, it's how things work here. Things become other things. At least some things become other things. It's not how things work on Discworld, but it is how things work here, and Hex calls it evolution. Can we accept for a moment, sir, that this is true?
For the sake of argument.
For the sake of not having an argument, sir.
Yes, all right, carry on.
And we know that elves can really affect the minds of lesser creatures. So they must have liked humanity when they found it. Humans were very good at being frightened, very creative when it came to filling their futures full of dread.
Which gives the elves control, yes?
Yes, but they can still spoil everything by using that wonderful fear-generating mind of theirs for thinking up things that takes the fear away, like calendars, locks, candles, and stories. Stories are where the monsters die.
So, any thoughts?
We could go to the pub?
No, this is serious.
So was I.
I don't see what we can do. You say the elves have manipulated the healer's past to make more compliant, yes?
Oh. But Ponder wants us to go back and stop the elves, ambush them before they can do any harm. I don't think it will work.
Oh.
Because it's Plan A. Plan A is guaranteed to fail. Narrative fact.
Ah, yes, but I know someone who'll be right at home with this particular problem. Mr. Stibbons, can we get home now and send a message on the semaphore?
Yes, sir, but we don't have to. Hex can do that directly.
Really? No.
I connected him up to this semaphore just after you left, sir.
Oh, right, so Hex can send and receive messages.
Yes, sir, but
that'll cost a fortune. I hope
it's quite cheap. It's free, actually. Hex has deciphered the City Guild access code and it just sends the odd message to their transmissions that you never really notice.
So we're stealing?
Yes, sir, in a way.
This is very disturbing news, Stibbons. I'm going to have to ask you a rather difficult and awkward question. Is there any way anyone can find out?
No, it's impossible to trace.
Oh, well, that's all right then.
You wanted a message?
Yes, to the Kingdom of Lanka. They've only got the one semaphore tower. Are you ready? To Mistress Esmeralda Weatherwax. How are you? I am fine. An interesting problem has arisen, and I would be grateful for your input. This is a message from Mustrum Ridcully. As you know, we are on Roundworld, inside the universe, which currently sits on a desk in the library of the Unseen University.
Bring in the music. Down with the time. Very good. Very good. Okay.
No. Just
Oh, don't leave it.
Yeah.
Git.
I didn't give permission for it to be recorded.
What makes me laugh, I don't know if it's on now, I don't know if it's on. What makes me laugh is it was recorded and he's sitting there going, talking through it, he's going, good, yeah, but, and I'm saying to him, the video, oh, I don't care, really. I'm so he's going to have his voice all over it. You're allowed to walk across the stage, but I don't think you're allowed here. Can we put them up? You're all right doing it, aren't you? You want to see it? Can you see it? Yeah. Just so it's a bit small. Huh? I don't know. It's in there. Oh, you should. See how much better it was, watch. I just want you to wait till the noise stops, won't you?
I'll bring the tabs down. Yeah.
Hope you liked him.
To Mistress Esmeralda Weatherwax. How are you? I'm fine. An interesting problem has arisen and I'd be grateful for your input.
This is a message from Master and Ridcully. As you know, we're on Round World, inside the universe, which currently sits on a desk in the library of the Unseen Universe.
I warn you, I'm fed up with you lads, always on the ear of the three witches.
No, it's me, Mistress Weatherwax. I wish you'd stop doing this.
See, you ain't having another two.
No, I've just come to deliver this for you, Mistress Weatherwax. A semaphore message from Ankh-Morpork. It's only the third one we've ever had.
What's one of these things?
Well, it's like a letter that's taken a bit, then sent through the air.
By them towers I keep flying into.
That's right.
They moves them around at night, you know.
I don't think they do, right?
Aren't you saying I don't know how to fly a broomstick, right?
No, I just remember them. They move around all the time on these big carts.
Yes, be quiet now. To Mistress Esmeralda Weatherwax, how are you? I am fine. An interesting problem has arisen, and I'll be grateful for your input. Silly old fools. They can't see the wood for the trees, but the trees are the wood. Cost a lot, does it, to send one of these?
That message costs more than $600. I counted the words. Wizards must be made of money.
Well, I ain't. How much for one word?
It's 5 pence for the sending and 5 pence for the first word.
Oh, right, well, I've never been one much for numbers, but I reckon that comes to 6 pence and a half.
That's right, yes.
Have you got a pencil?
That's it?
Long question, short answer. Was there anything else?
No.
Thanks.
Well, we know where we are going, but we don't know where we've been. And we know what we're knowing, but we can't change what we've seen. And we're not little children.
Well, Plan A seems to be going fairly well so far. We've gone back to the real world's time and adjusted their past to help the humans develop in a way that will put them in a better state to deal with the elves, despite their attempts to block us. We do seem to have assisted the elves in the evolution of what I might venture to call Homo neurans, storytelling man.
Still no sign of potatoes, I notice.
There's still religious wars, and there's still heads on spikes. Do you think the elves have encouraged that?
I think possibly so. But us humans for you, Captain. Imagination gets used to everything. Really wonderful art and really dreadful instruments of torture.
Heads on spikes. No potatoes, but heads on spikes.
Stop going on about that, really, sweetie. It was just 2 heads. Now, where was the country the Arch-Chancellor got food poisoning?
Italy. I think the rest of us have pasta.
Well, it's full of churches and wars and horrors and some of the most amazing art.
Most of which they copied from that book that you showed them a few hundred years earlier.
Yes, well, we've got to help them get off this planet in a few thousand years. Can't be expected to do it all themselves.
I still think we said too much to that artist with the bald head, the one who looked like Leonard of Quirm. You shouldn't have told him about Leonard's flying machine.
He did scribble down a lot of stuff. He'll be fine. Besides, who's going to remember an artist that can't get a smile right?
And what about that man who was painting the chapel ceiling for the man in the white robes in
Rome, Mr. Buonarroti and the Pope. I believe it will look a lot better with those pictures painted on it, much better than that plain coat of distemper the Pope had chosen. Although, Arch-Chancellor, I don't think it was a good idea telling that balding civil servant all about Discworld. You know, the guy with insectivorous plants and cats? He could have changed what he grew up to be.
Nonsense! To be or not to be? That's the trousers of time. Anyway, it's far too busy with these unclear power station.
Nuclear, but he was taking notes.
I'm sure it'll be fine. That special recipe I gave him for banana daiquiri will make him forget everything.
Well, I mean, this place looks normal enough. Trees grow, clouds stay up in the sky.
Well, if you remember, sir, this universe has things which work instead of narrative, sir.
Remember those big lizards? They were quite successful.
Successful? Did they build a single university?
Well, no.
Did they paint a picture, invent writing?
Well, not that
and then they all got killed off when yet another big rock struck this world.
A message has arrived.
From Lanka? Well, that was quick.
Yes, the message is unsigned. It is Theostry. Theostry. Theostry.
What does that mean? You rings when this sort of thing's right up your street, right?
The semaphore people charge by the word, don't they?
Yes, it's scandalous. 5 pence a word on the longest.
And this was sent by an old woman in Lanka who, as far as I recall, the basic unit of currency is 1 chicken, so not much money for fancy messages then. Looks to me like a simple anagram of the story.
I think it means change the story for a sake of tempers.
But we've tried changing it.
Well, change it in another way. In another time, we have L-space. Can there not be different books and different futures?
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. Perhaps the library rules don't apply here.
Now, look at it this way, old chap. The rules still do apply, but if we get this wrong, then any libraries that do exist in 1,000 years or so will either be wiped out in an inferno or entombed in ice. Yes, I'm glad you see the point. But the elves are still here. All we've done so far is do their job better for them. I don't see how we can stop them.
So, belief isn't as strong on this world as it is on ours, right? But it's still pretty strong, and the elves are here, and they're pretty strong.
We know they feed on people. They play with them like cats play with mice or injured birds. They'd happily pull a person apart just to see what happens, like the senior tutor.
Yes, they're not very nice.
Such stuff as nightmares are made.
We want them to go away and, well, I have a plan.
You have a plan? You?
These people may have progressed a lot, but they need to do better if they're to escape this world before its destruction. Well, I want us to move them into the path of history which contains a man named William Shakespeare, who wrote this.
What a piece of work is a man! How noble in reason, how infinite in faculty, in form and moving, how express and admirable, in action, how like an angel, in apprehension, how like a god, the beauty of the world, the paragon of animals. This man lives here?
Potentially.
This man stood knee-deep in muck in a city with head on spikes and wrote this?
Yes, potentially. In this world, he's the most influential playwright of the entire species. Though, of course, he did need a lot of tactful editing by directors, as he had his bad days just like the rest of us.
By this world, you mean...
Alternative worlds. One of the many alternative histories.
I mean, he should be here, but he isn't.
The leading playwright in this city is Arthur J. Nightingale.
Was he any good?
He is the best they have. Objectively, he is dreadful. His play, King Rufus III, is widely considered the worst play ever written.
So Shakespeare's not here?
Not yet, but if we arrange things correctly, he'll write this. The librarian got me copies through Essex. This is a play he'll write, has written, is about to write. I think it could be very helpful in this world to deal with the glamour of the elves.
Yeah, well, a lot of this is quite familiar. Some of this actually happened.
Yes, and I believe he'll write it after talking to you. We need him. This is the man who can tell the audience, tell them that they are watching a bunch of actors on stage and make them see a huge battle right there in front of their eyes.
Huge battle? Did I miss that?
A different play, sir.
So, we have to make sure that this man exists here and writes this play in this world. Why?
That's plan B. Brinsman?
Well, it's about seeing is believing. We don't believe in chairs because chairs are things that just exist.
So?
We don't believe in things we can see. We believe in things we can't see.
And?
Well, I've been checking this world against L-space, and I think we've made it one where the humans survive. Because now they have gods and monsters, and when you can picture them, you don't need to see them anymore.
Yes. Yes, but we have to be careful. I mean, we have no magical powers on this world. We've done the best we can. All right, what's your plan, Richard?
We need to ensure our play-going and book-reading humans see elves and fairies as merely amusing fictional creations, so that they believe they don't exist. First, we need to make this world one where this William Shakespeare can turn up in. Some travelling may be involved for a few thousand years, but let's see if we've done enough already. Hex, is this world ready for William Shakespeare of whom we spoke?
It is.
And he exists?
No. 2 of his grandparents did not meet. His mother was never born.
Right. Well, I think we've learned from our previous experiences, this at least is a simple problem. Right, for this we shall need a length of string, leather ball of some kind, and a large bunch of flowers.
Hex, is this world ready for William Shakespeare of whom we spoke?
Yes, it is.
And he exists?
Violet Shakespeare exists. She married Josiah Slink at the age of 16. No plays have been written, but there have been 8 children, of which 5 have survived. Her time is fully occupied.
Perhaps if we offer to babysit?
No, too many problems. Still, let's change from an easy one. Right, for this we shall need, let me see, the probable date of conception, a stepladder, and a tin of black paint.
Hex, is this world ready for William Shakespeare of whom we spoke?
It is.
And he exists?
No. He was born, successfully survived several childhood illnesses, but was shot dead one night while poaching game at the age of 13.
Right. Well, we're getting there. Another easy one. Right, for this we shall need, let me see, some drab clothing, a dark lantern, and a very large cosh.
Oh. Hex, is this world ready for William Shakespeare of whom we spoke?
It is.
And he exists?
Yes.
Alive, male, sane, not in the Americas, not struck by meteorite, killed in a duel.
No. At the moment, he is in the tavern you frequent.
Does he have all his arms and legs?
Yes. And Arthur J. Nightingale was never born. No. And the potato has been discovered.
Hot damn chips!
Well, we all met.
Yes, and it's a marvellous convenient place for our rehearsal.
Master Shakespeare.
What sayest thou, Wilkin?
Write me a prologue, and let that prologue say we will do no harm with our souls, and that Richard is not killed indeed, and this will put the audience out of fear.
We have no need of such a prologue, Wilkin. Come, sit down, every mother's son, and rehearse your parts. It's John Gaunt and the Duchess of Lancaster, Act 1, Scene 2. Thomas Kent, you start with the Duchess's line, Duchess's speech on page 65, and I pray you both speak the speech as I pronounced it, you keeping me on the tongue.
Where then, alas, may I complain myself?
To God, the widow's champion defence.
No, do not saw the air too much with your hand. Like Thomas, took the action to the word to the action. Here we aim to hold up a mirror to nature. Thomas.
What hempen hope spawns if we swagger in here?
A plague, so near the cradle of the elf queen. Let us watch. There may be mischief to be had.
Why then, I will. Farewell, O Gaunt. Thou goest to Coventry, there to behold our cousin Hereford and fell Mowbray fight. Oh, sink my husband's wrong on Hereford's spear, that I may enter butcher Mowbray's breast. Farewell, O Gaunt, thy sometimes brother's wife. With her companion, grief must end her life.
Must I speak now?
Mary, yes, you must.
Faith, Burbage, this play is not very humorous.
It is a tragedy, Wilkin.
So was Romeo and Juliet. Come on, Will, can we not do the other one first? That Weaver role might well have been written for me.
That, Wilkin, is because it is being written for you. Well, the audience does like a comedy, and money, it's true, is a little tight. I'm sure they'll pay to see your bottom.
That, I trow, is an act that might oft be repeated in future years. But the midsummer plague gives me trouble in the writing. It is not yet finished. It needs something.
Oh, in that case, let's do the boar's head. Ale will help us work out the plot.
Does it have a dog?
Yes, Richard, there is a part for Toby. I was in two minds at first. I thought Toby or not Toby. But then I thought the mechanical stage of playing for the nobles, you see, and of course moonshine tradition.
It has a dog.
It does.
Excellent. And what about pirates?
This way, Arch-Chancellor.
At the next corner, turn left. Smitham Lane. You have reached your destination.
What are you doing?
Just a little. What are we calling it,
A
Stevens?
sociological experiment, sir.
You've been teaching them art and sculpture.
And music. Mr. Stibbins is rather good with the lute, it seems.
I mean, the very amateur way.
It's dashed easy to make a lute, you know, yes. Just need some tortoiseshell, couple of sinews and you're away. I myself have been acquainting myself with the penny whistle. Though Rincewind's expertise on the comb and paper leaves something to be desired.
Any chance of having the senior wrangler, Matt? He's an expert on the area.
And why are you doing all of this?
Oh, you're not angry, are you? We thought you'd be pleased. We thought you wanted them this way, you know. Imaginative.
You are planning something. Why would you help us? You told me that I could eat your undergarments.
Well, I mean, it's not as if this world is worth fighting over, is it? Anyway, pub calls, don't you?
Will, how goes it? May I? I hear great things of your Romeo and,
Juliet.
Of course. Sorry, I've not seen you since draft 17. I'm sorry I've not yet made it to a performance, but I've been busy myself. The Massacres of Paris.
A comedy? Not going well.
No, it does not. What are you working on?
Richard II.
What happened to the fairy play?
I could not make it work. I could not properly engage the lovers, the fairies, the inevitable rude mechanic.
Oh, Will, please tell me you have changed the weaver's name. Seriously? But the Queen may attend your play.
The Queen has a bottom kit.
That may be so, Will, but it wouldn't do to talk that way in public. Have you thought, Will, of having the weaver become besotted with the fairy queen?
But how?
She and the fairy king,
Oberon.
They could be having a tiff, and he might enchant the weaver so that he looks hideous.
We have that ass's head in the props basket.
Oh, Will, you and that damn ass's head. I cannot believe you plan to use that in Richard III.
It would have worked. A horse, my kingdom for a whole, you'll do.
Anyway, and then Oberon might enchant her so that she falls in love with him. Ah, so you have it already buzzing in your mind there?
Yes, thank you, Kit.
I must go, Will. I'm meeting Ingram Fraser at Deptford. My financial worries, you know.
Not Fraser. Yeah, he's a cop man, I hear.
Will, I'm a man more sinned against than sinning.
Oh, yes, yeah, well, call on me tomorrow and we'll talk more about this pestilential draft. Or sinned against than sinning.
Master Shakespeare! Will, may I call you Will? I, sir, am your greatest fan. Stibbins, get Master Shakespeare another pint of this truly appalling ale, will you? Yes, sir. Yeah. Yes, now, I really enjoyed that play of yours, sir. Yeah, yes. Magnificent, I thought.
And which one was that, with your
the one with the king in it. The rabbit. The rat. The squirrel. Sounds like hat. Rat. No, I said rat. Rodent thing. Teeth. Shrew. Something about a shrew. Man married to a shrew. No. A shrewish woman, yes. Would be married to a shrew. Ludicrous idea. Yes. Taming of the shrew, yes. Thank you. Yes. Now, I'm sure you get this all the time, but we've an idea for you, you see. The problem you've got is too many kings. Yet what the public wants, what really puts bums on seats.
Feet. What? Bums on feet, Arch-Chancellor. It's mostly standing room in theatre he uses.
Really? Oh, feet there. Bums anyway. Cheers! Anyway, funny thing. Something similar happened to us a few years back, yes. Around Midsummer's Eve it was. And these chaps were putting on a dance, a play for the king. When all of a sudden, elves everywhere. Oh, why, thank you, Stibbons. I will have another one of those. This stuff is far too sweet to be a serious drink. Where was I? Yes, elves. Yes. You see, what you've got to do is, why aren't you writing all this down? You see, Theseus, Duke of Athens, is planning to marry Hippolyta. You sure? Yeah, Hippolyta, yes. Queen of the Amazons. And it's around midsummer, you see. Then all of a sudden,
The king doth keep his revels here tonight. Take heed the queen come not within his sight, for Oberon is passing fell and wrath.
Either I mistake your shape and make him quite, or else you about the shrews you should name strike, call Robin Goodfellow. Are you not he, that frightens the maidens of the village room? And not you he?
Thou speakst aright, I'm that merry wanderer of the night. I jest at Oberon and make him smile. But true fairy, here comes Oberon.
And here my mistress, for that he were gone.
Ill met by moonlight, proud Titania.
What's jealous, Oberon? Fairies, skip hence. I have forsworn his bed and company.
Tarry, rash wanton, am not I thy lord?
Then I must be thy lady, that I know when thou hast stolen away from fairyland, your busking mistress and your warrior love, to Theseus must be wedded, and you come to give their joy and prosperity.
How canst thou thus for shame, Titania, glance at my friend with Hippolyta, knowing I know thy love to Theseus?
These are forgeries of jealousy. We are their parents and original.
Do you amend it then? It lies in you. Why should Titania cross her Oberon? I do but beg this changeling boy to be my henchman.
Set your heart at rest. The fairyland buys not the child and me. His mother was a votress of my order, and for her sake do I rear up her boy, and for her sake I will not part with him.
How long within this wood intend you stay?
Perchance till after Theseus' wedding day. If you will patiently dance in our rounds and see our moonlight revels, go with us.
Give me that boy and I'll go with thee.
Not for thy fairy kingdom. Fairies, away. We shall chide downright of our longer stay.
We'll go thy way. Thou shalt not from this grove till I torment thee for this injury.
And these Discworld has been shown a great interest in this man, this Will-I-Am Shakespeare.
Yes, Your Majesty.
This play is good. Treats us kindly. We are firm but fair with mortals. We offer a reward to those who deal well with us. Our beauty is satisfactorily referred to. Our issues with our husbands are dealt with a bit more romantically than I would have liked, but nevertheless, this is a positive. It enhances us. It places us even more firmly in the human world. And one of the Discworlders was carrying these.
Our grip is loosening, Majesty. Humanity is becoming more questioning.
You think this will do us harm? Is it a plot against us?
We think it might be.
How? In what way?
We know that the Discworld has been seen in the company of Luther.
Ah, then perhaps they are endeavouring to stop him from writing this play. Have you thought of that? Can you see any way in which these words will do us harm?
We are agreed that we cannot. Nevertheless, we
Oh, it's so simple. At last, we are done some real honour, and those Discworlders will try to stop it. This just needs a little refinement to ensure that we gain strength. Are you that stupid that you cannot think of that?
Humans are a valuable crop. I can see that. There's never been a species like them for sheer depth of awe, terror and superstition. No other species can create such monsters in their own heads. But sometimes, you know, I just wonder if they're really worth the effort.
Purely out of interest, can any of us put a girdle around the earth in 40 minutes?
That would be a very big girdle.
And would you really want to be called Peas Bottom?
I think not.
Oh, for a muse of fire that would ascend the brightest heaven of invention, a kingdom for a stage. But pardon, gentles all, and let us, ciphers to this great account, on your imaginary forces work. Suppose within the girdle of these walls is now confined most ancient Athens. Piece out our imperfections with your thoughts. Think when we talk of forests that you see them. For the which supply, admit me, will Shakespeare, who, prologue-like, your humble patience pray. Gently to hear, kindly to judge, Michael.
Now, fair Hippolyta, our nuptial hour grows on apace. 4 happy days bring another moon, but oh, how slow methinks this old moon wanes. She lingers my desires like to a dowager or stepmaid, dame long withering out a young man's revenue.
4 days will quickly steep themselves in night. 4 nights will quickly dream away the time. And then the moon, like a silver bow new bent in heaven, shall behold the night of our solemnities.
Go, first rate, stir up the Athenian youth to merriment. Awake the pert and nimble spirit of mirth, turn melancholy forth to funerals. The pale companion is not for our This theatre stuff is damn dull. It'll never catch on, you mark my words. I mean, who was that chap in the white tights, anyway?
It's Master Shakespeare, Arch-Chancellor. He's the playwright, the prologue. You have to have him so the audience know what's going on.
Oh, rubbish. Couldn't understand a word of it. What's a gentle, anyway?
Type of maggot?
Oh, charming. Hello, maggots. Welcome to the show. What's this bit?
Well, he thinks that he's in love with her, but actually he's in love with her.
But she is a man in a straw wig trying to make his voice all squeaky.
Yes, well, Arch-Chancellor, in these days, women weren't allowed to be actors.
Why?
Yeah, all women were played by men.
Really? Why?
They don't have women on stage, sir.
Oh, ridiculous. Look, there's a chap over there at the side of the stage whispering to her.
He's the prompt, he said not to say.
But the play seems to be going quite well, Arch-Chancellor. There's no sign of ills at all.
You know, this chap would write much better plays if he didn't have to have actors in him. They just seem to get in the way all the time. I read that Comedy of Errors last night. Well, I could see the error straight away. There wasn't any comedy. Oh, thank the gods for snack sellers. No sign of ill, you say? Don't like it. Too quiet. Rincewick's backstage, right? Keeping an eye out and trying to look inconspicuous.
Yes, Arch-Chancellor.
Oh, monstrous! Oh, strange! We're haunted! Pray, masters, fly, masters, help! Oh, what do I change? What do I see in thee?
Ah, Potato Man.
Potato Man, look, just because I like it.
We know everything, Wizard. We've seen your little friends out there, and the play will go on. You know exactly as written.
Will go on.
We know you told that Shakespeare garbled version. What a load of nonsense it was too. So, I appeared to him in his room and put the whole thing into his mind. The charming, elegant fairy queen, the mischievous and remarkable attendants. So simple.
Roast potatoes, boiled potatoes.
Did you hear the applause? They like us, they actually like us. We will be in their stories and paintings from now on, and you will never get us out of here.
Pomfret, sauté, duchess.
Do you not think about anything other than potatoes?
Butter, melted cheese, chopped
Drives,
rosemary. All we have to do is nothing up with one.
What?
Mash, huge amounts of mash.
You are planning something, hiding something, Wizard. What is it?
Potato cakes, fried potato skins, potato croquettes. Oh, no, not those. Maybe those.
Stop! You think only mysteries last? Think that knowledge is unbelief? That seeing is disbelieving? Ha! The play is not over yet, Wizard, but it is going to stop right now!
Ha! Madam, I think she's had her chips. Fried food? Bad for your health? Oh, come on then.
Let's stop till we
Did you see what that elf with the horseshoe?
Yes, pity it was an actor, the other one was the elf. Still not a complete waste of a horseshoe.
And we certainly showed them right.
Oh, didn't get back, sir, the little people.
Little people? What little people?
The bursar, the chair of definite studies.
Ah, yes, sorry. Welcome back, gentlemen. That's going to be a challenge for the faculty to sort out when we get home, right? Well, did we win, Mr. Stibbons?
Oh, hex!
The history is completed. Elves will be viewed as fairies, and such they will become. Over the course of several centuries, belief in them will dwindle as they move into the realms of art and literature. They will become a subject suitable for the amusement of children. Their influence will be severely curtailed, but it will never die away completely.
Never?
There will always be some influence. Minds on this world are extremely susceptible.
Yes, but we've moved imagination on to the next level, right? I mean, people can imagine that the things that they imagine are imaginary. Well, elves are just little fairies, and monsters get pushed off the map. You can't fear the unseen when you can see it, yes?
There will be new kinds of monsters. Humans are very inventive in that respect.
Heads on spikes.
Many heads.
Yes, well, there'll always be heads on spikes somewhere. Come on, let's go.
But, sir, there are still elves here. They're persistent. Something can still go wrong.
No, I think not, Mr. Stibbons. Anyway, Rincewick will be here, keeping an eye on them, won't you? Come on.
The bit with the Queen and the man with ass was absolutely hilarious. And the wall bit too, when the man said, he is no circumference, and his horns are invisible within the circumference. Well, were I not a weak and feeble woman, I may have whittled my breeches. If I were wearing breeches, of course. No, I do not laugh best.
You are known for your wacky sense of humour. Many courtiers have laughed their heads right off. But I don't understand why all those odd-looking people indicates a chase across the stage by the man in the hairy red costume.
Oh, we think he was meant to be Spanish. You know how people think.
Of course not. But why did those men and that woman in the armour get onto the stage too? And why was that man in the red dress running around shouting about potato?
Whatever they Experimental theatre.
Good dialogue there, madam.
All credit to Mr. Burberry's actors, the way they kept going regardless.
Yes, madam. And I could have sworn there was another queen up on stage at one point earlier in the play, and she looked like a woman. You know, the one who was trying to strangle the potato man.
A woman? On stage? Don't be ridiculous. I would not count it as such an outrage. Good play, though.
And quite frankly, Your Majesty, I don't think you can get a girdle without thing.
Yes, it would be a shame if special effects took over from the magic of live theatre.
No! Wait for the banana. Someone do it for me tonight, please. Not bad. Now bring it down. Give me a bit of light backstage to line up, Kieran. And you take the cue, Colin, when they're all on. Bring up the curtain, Kieran will take it from you. Okay, curtain up.